Good afternoon, Mike. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Mike, I was beginning to think it was just going to be the two of us. I didn't see
Funny.
the numbers moving, and then they did. So, good afternoon to you,
Good afternoon to everybody.
and good afternoon to everyone. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and let's get this party started, shall we? Where is it? All right, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I know that there are more people coming in, but I'm going to go ahead and go through our intro, and then Mike can jump into the meat of today's webinar. So again, my name's Lauren Simpson. Good afternoon to you. I'm with the SBDC, or the Small Business Development Center. We are a national program with over 1,000 locations across the country, and we offer no-cost services to local small businesses. Now, our services are at no cost to you because your tax dollars have already taken care of our fees. This is one of those free things you definitely want to make sure you partake in. And I'll tell you why. So for the Los Angeles region, or the Los Angeles network, which is the region that we represent, we cover the Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, and Ventura counties. So again, if you're within the Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, or Ventura counties, you are in the right place. Please take a look at your screen. You will see our physical locations. And so this is where you can actually visit a center. You can go to Camarillo. We have one in Santa Clarita, Pasadena, over in Laverne, Los Angeles, throughout the South Bay, all the way down into Long Beach. Now, again, you'll want to be sure that you make mention or make note of our locations as well as our resources. And let me dive into that for you. So for one of the things that we offer is no cost business advising. And so currently you're able to meet one-on-one via phone or Zoom with one of our business experts. We have physical locations. You'll need to reach out to them to see if whether or not they're accepting any walk-ins. But for the most part, phone call and Zoom is how we're currently operating. And then I mentioned business experts. Let me tell you a little bit about the areas they cover. So we have experts in going from being a handyman to construction, to those in marketing. If you're just starting a business and you're looking to create a business plan, we have someone for you, or several people for you. If you are well within your business and you're looking to update your social media, we have a social media goddess, Mike, don't we, on staff? Deborah. And then we also have experts in taxes like Mike, law like Mike, and everything else.
Laurie Williams.
Lori
Some
Williams
of you may
as
know
well.
Laurie. She's great. Yeah.
We have a ton of colleagues that can assist you. I'm giving Mike a hard time, but Mike is extremely smart and knows a ton of stuff. So he's good to sit with as well. And then we also have virtual training. So it's much like the training you have joined today. Those trainings are comprehensive workshops that helps your business begin, adapt, and or grow. So be sure to get in contact with us today. You can reach us by phone, 866-588-7232, or go online, smallbizla.org/new client. Now, if for some reason you've reached us and you're outside of our service area, so outside of the Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, or Ventura counties, please go to americassbdc.org /find your SBDC. Mike, I'm going to stop my share really quick. Housekeeping, let's be sure we put all questions into the Q&A. Let's keep our questions on topic, please. And then let's put those into the Q&A. And then the chat will be reserved for any kind of feedback you want to give related to the topic at hand, and or any links and information that Mike would like to share with you. Mike, did you want me to jump into the EOG really quickly? All right. So
yes, absolutely.
Awesome. So I am going to reshare my screen one more time. Everyone, I'm a multitasker, so I have a ton of things going on this computer. Mike, can you see my screen okay? EOG in front of you?
Yeah, we're good. Let's go into this a little bit.
Okay, awesome. So I keep calling it the EOG. That's the acronym for Economic Opportunity Grant Program. I will put the URL to this website into the chat. Any eligible businesses, please be sure that you apply. It's both for-profit businesses as well as nonprofits businesses. And Mike was mentioning right before we started that the the deadline for phase, there's 2 phases to this program, excuse me. And the deadline for phase 1 has been extended until May 20th. So that means both phases 1 and 2 will close on the 20th. So you've got, let's see, roughly 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks to go ahead and get your applications in. I will put the URL again into the chat, but just really quickly, once you click it, you will land here. This is the home page. If I scroll just a bit, you'll see our partners here. It'll dive into the program. You'll see that there's phase 1 as well as phase 2. And then phase 2 also includes both small businesses and nonprofits. There's an apply button as well as get application help. And that's where I want to take you. So you can either press here or go up here. And this is going to be your preparation. So again, a little bit more information related to the program itself. You're able to sign up for info sessions. Right before I hopped onto this session, we had a informational webinar given by our colleague, Carrie Armstrong. And we also had some Lynch Tree folks online so that they were able to, jump in and answer some questions related to the application and application process. Here is the application checklist, and I'll just quickly scroll through because you guys can navigate on your own. Eligibility guidelines are here. Again, phase 1, phase 2. And then as it relates to small businesses as well as nonprofits, and then ineligible entities. This is going to be extremely important so that you know off the bat if whether or not you are eligible. So here's the criteria here: publicly traded companies, astrology, palm reading, pawn shops, cannabis or marijuana businesses, gun and ammunition stores. Just take a look here on this landing page and you'll be able to get more information related to that.
We need to add one more to that. Anyone located in the city of Los Angeles is excluded from applying for the grant. That is because, yeah, go ahead.
So for phase 2, so we're talking about various buckets of money. And because, as Mike mentioned, there's already been a grant for the city of LA. It just so happens to be the same bucket of money that this grant program is working from. That said, if you are within the city of Los Angeles, he is correct, you cannot apply. But again, just take a look at the site and you'll be able to get more info. And then this is a really good one. It's the Good Help tab. Scroll down, you'll see our informational sessions. We've also got live support. We've got application guides as well as video tutorials. The video tutorials, let me go in order. Info sessions, you click here, it'll take you to a calendar. And so you're able to see both our in-person as well as our online support sessions. Live support includes both these phone numbers here. So the application support phone number, that's going to be for those people who are having need questions answered as it relates to the application, eligibility, questions like that. Now for tech support, you've already gotten into the application, you've already started it, and now you're running into some sort of a technical glitch. That's when you'll want to call that 866 phone number. Here are those video tutorials that I was speaking of. We've got them in English as well as Spanish. You can see them here. And then application guides. We've got the guide here in English. We're still waiting to get the rest of them translated. But if you click here, it'll open up. Let me just go ahead and click. So you're able to go here and here's a document, 30 pages, you'll notice, and it walks you through the application process. Ineligible businesses are here. If I keep scrolling, eligible uses of funds, eventually the application certification. So here it'll actually show you a step-by-step as well as screenshots to kind of walk you through the process. Not kind of walk you through the process, it walks you through the process. And if I continue to scroll, it just continues to give you more and more information. So be sure you check out that tab. Click back really quick. Finally, there is the Apply Now button that's here. This actually takes you to the application. So this is the application. You would then register or sign in if you have an existing account or create a new account, and then you would begin your application. I think there was one more note. Oh, if you attend one of our in-person sessions, so you're going to a physical location where we can help you with the application, please be sure to bring all of your documents. It would be great if you already had them scanned, just so that you don't have to scan them on your phone on site. But scan your documents, make sure you have everything. Make sure you have your IDs and other required items before you attend, because the purpose is for us to help you, but we will actually walk you through the process. And so that when you leave our informational session or our in-person session, your application will be complete. So be sure that you're prepared for that. With that, Mike, I'm going to stop my screen share and kick it over to you.
Thank you. Two other points regarding the application process. Bring your ID, and there's a process by which there's an app called Persona, which will verify that you are who you say you are. You'll have to take a self photo of yourself, or bring a photo, take a photo of your license, for example. And B, make sure you know your bank account information. There is another process by which Lendistry uses to confirm you have a valid bank account, and Lendistry will want access to your bank account. They want to confirm you have a bank account. They want to confirm there's activity in the bank account, and they will deposit money into your bank. So we run into people who are like, why do they need access to my bank account? You want the grant? They need access to your bank account. They're not going to do anything with the bank account other than to deposit money into the account and confirm that you have. Okay. So Lauren, will you put the links into the chat room? Great, thank you. Please keep our questions in the Q&A. And I'm going to go forward with the presentation for today. We're going to be talking about customer journey maps. For those of you who were not with us last week, we created something called a buyer persona. The buyer persona is a detailed description of your ideal client. This is something that's extremely important to do. We're no longer in the age of mass marketing. You're not selling refrigerators to every household in America. You need to create at least 2 or 3 buyer personas for your business. So this particular buyer persona, thank you very much, Lauren. She helped me create this. And it could be much more detailed than what you see here. This is a hypothetical person. Her name is Abby Smith. This was created for a toy store, a hypothetical brick and mortar toy store that caters to toddlers. So Lauren helped create this buyer persona last week. This woman has a rational personality. She and people like her represent 30% of the number of people that come in and buy products from this toy store. She has goals, which is health and safety, top of the list for her family. Self-care, number 2. And she wants to increase her income. Her family is her life. She's a local SoCal native. She graduated USC. She has 2 sisters, parents retired. She's 28, living in Santa Monica. They're paralegal, earning $180,000 a year. Her husband is an auto dealer. They have 2 children, a boy and a girl, 5 and 3. She likes to surf and cook. She's in Santa Monica. She likes the beach. She likes to cook, prepare healthy meals, read science fiction, loves Instagram and TikTok, and she goes to, she buys her clothes from Gap. That should not say that in, let's say, Louisville. I don't know how that came in. All right. And she likes to cook. She's a paralegal. She's got strong legal knowledge, etc. Okay. So we're not going to go through the process of creating another one. Now we're going to go through the process of creating a customer journey map, because that's the next step. By the way, her motivations is to climb the corporate ladder, family happiness, and she's frustrated because she's a busy mom with a full-time workload, the work-family balance. We got this all right, Lauren, correct? So now we move forward with the development of a customer journey map. All right, so I'm using, by the way, an app called Uxpressia. You can see at the top of the screen. There's many other apps. You can create a free account here. I'm not pushing this particular app. There are apps like HubSpot that will help create this. So actually, before I get into this piece, I'm going to stop my share and I'm going to show you what a completed customer journey map will look like. Some of you who were with us last week will recognize this. So this is a completed customer journey map. This is for a different persona for a different type of product. This is for headphones. I went through this exact process when I had to buy these plant wire headphones. Okay, this is the customer journey map is tied to a particular persona. And so we have Joe, who's a graphic designer. He's 32. He works on his computer all day long. And a typical customer journey map would have an awareness stage, consideration stage, an engagement or a purchase stage, an onboarding stage, and an advocacy stage. There's emotional states tied to each stage. There's touch points for each stage. Remember, this is a situation where someone is buying headphones over the internet. Okay, there's pain points and there's possible solutions. The customer journey map will be different depending upon what you're selling and who you're selling it to. And the emotional states will be different, and the way you engage will be different. Okay, and you need to create separate customer journey maps for each persona. Now, I'm curious to see if anyone has actually created personas, number one, and number two, created customer journey maps. And after you create the customer journey maps, then there's marketing strategies and tactics that are utilized at each stage. For example, you see down the bottom right-hand side under advocacy, there's a possible solution, and it says send out a CTA to review product and send customer experience survey. Lauren, could you please explain what a CTA is?
Sure. A CTA or CTA is an acronym for call to action. And so it's going to be what you are wanting people to take action on, whether it be, or go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Let it be what?
I was just going to say, if you're a car salesman, your CTA is going to be, visit our car lot and see our newest inventory. So it's whatever you want people to take action on.
Thank you. So that's the tactics associated with digital marketing. So social media is a strategy. The way you use social media is tactics. First, we create the persona, then we create the customer journey maps, then we determine the strategies and tactics tied to the stages. That's how it works. And so put in the Q&A whether or not you've created buyer personas and if you've created customer journey maps. I'd be curious to see that. So let me go ahead and go back to the development. We're actually do one live right now. Okay.
Hey, Mike, do you want them to put it in the Q&A or put it in the chat?
Sure,
Doesn't
the chat
matter.
is fine. Doesn't matter. I'm just curious to see who has
Yeah, everyone, go ahead and make sure you throw a comment in the chat so we can check it out. I'm curious too.
Yeah, and we can help you. Awareness, consideration, engagement. I'm just going to use 4 stages to keep this simple. Okay, Lauren? Post engagement. So, again, we're talking about Abby, and Lauren has agreed graciously to help us work through this. I prefer to work through the emotions first. So when we're talking about awareness, we're talking about someone that's in a stage of trying to determine where Abby can go ahead and buy the toys she wants for her toddlers, right? So when she's in awareness stage, Lauren, what type of emotion do you think that she's feeling it? Just when she's trying to figure out the awareness part of this. Happy,
For
sad.
Abby?
Yeah, for Abby. You are now Abby.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I would say, how do you think, or what do you think about, what's the top one? Does it say ecstasy? Ecstasy, joy,
Joy,
serenity?
serenity, trust, admiration. So remember, she's just trying to figure out what's available to her.
Yeah, I would say,
And we can type one in too.
maybe anticipation or
Anticipation. Okay, we'll go with anticipation. There we go.
I
Okay.
don't see one that's like inquisitive or one that's like
Well, we can type
thoughtful.
that in, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, again, this is one tool. There's many tools out there to use. I just happen to have access to this particular app. Okay, so what is in the awareness stage? And we may not be able to get through all this today, by the way. It's okay. What is her goal? She has, she has to find out what's available to her. So what's her goal? And you are now Abby. What's your goal in awareness stage?
Uh, Mike, we have a question related to the app too.
Sure.
Just it looks like Angelina is looking to know if whether or not these apps will work. I'm sorry, walk somebody through them, like the onboarding process is what I'm gathering from this.
There's tutorials available to all these apps.
And
Okay.
you can always go on YouTube too, right?
And by the way, come and see us.
Yeah.
That's
Fair.
what we're here for. All right. We have people that specialize in marketing.
That's
I
right.
happen to know how to use this tool because I learned it. But there are a lot of people out there who are better than I am at marketing, including Lauren.
Yeah.
Okay. Right to Lauren. She can help you. Come see us.
Please, please, please. Okay. So we're saying, what are her goals in terms of awareness?
Yes. Give me one or two.
She's gonna want to know, and tell me what the product is again. I'm sorry.
These are toys for toddlers, like little ones. It's a brick and
So
mortar store.
definitely wanting to know about safety.
Right. So this is a question about how she become aware. She's going to be looking at reviews, right?
She's gonna be looking at what, Mike? I'm sorry.
Reviews, website reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. She might be looking at consumer reports. Okay.
She's gonna be looking on social to check out like the
Social
hashtags
media.
and see if
Right.
anyone
Become
has had
aware of the router, right? She
Yep.
might be looking at Yelp, for example,
yeah.
and
Reviews.
Google Maps to see what's around it. Okay.
Fair.
And so this is actually the process, by the way, not the goal. Okay. You got it right the first time. The goal is safety first, right?
Yep.
And her goal is to find something engaging for her children.
And
Keep
age
them-
appropriate, right?
Right. And the goal is age appropriate for this.
Yep.
Okay. Again, I'm not going to go do an extensive thing here, right? So what types of problems she might be facing? Then there might not be a store near her,
Fair.
right? Too far to drive. Okay. The store might not carry
The
specific item.
Yeah.
Okay. Might be bad reviews,
I was gonna say the reviews might be terrible.
right? So these are some problems someone might run into,
Yes.
right? And I think I spelled that wrong, I believe. No, I spelled it wrong. Sorry. My typing's not great, everybody, so I apologize for that. Okay. Let me scroll down here. So we defined her inquisitiveness, right?
Yeah.
Is there, for this toy, let's assume this toy store does not have a good social media. They don't have a lot of followers. They don't know how to do social media. None of that stuff. Okay. So one opportunity would be work with an SBDC advisor to create a social media content campaign.
Yep.
Okay. And there could be others. Remember, this is meant as illustrative purposes. I'm sorry, let me go back to one of the toys. I didn't. And here is the mapping. There we go. All right. So now she is in the consideration stage. She's narrowed it down to 3 or 4 places that she wants to go to, that she has identified might carry the appropriate toys. Right? So what is your user goal? You are now Abby. Abby, what is your user goal during the consideration stage?
My goal would be for the items to be easily accessible.
Yes. Right. What else are you concerned about?
Accessibility. I would say I want to say education, but it's
You want educational tools.
okay.
Right?
But I want the buyer to be educated. I want them to like know why.
Right. You are
This is
now
something they should
Abby.
need.
Your goal as Abby is to find something that's educational and entertaining, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I also want to know that I can find that sort of information, like if whether or not it's, I know we talked about age appropriateness, but then also, is it an educational tool, like you said, yeah, or is it
Right.
just something for fun?
Right. Right. So it is educational, we're looking for something specific,
Yeah, or is it entertaining?
associated with, right. And obviously safety. Now, what about price? You didn't mention price, which is interesting. You don't have to mention price. That might not be the most important consideration in this.
It's
Okay.
very true, especially depending on the age of the child. If you're getting ready to get on a flight, you don't care how much that toy costs. If you know it's going to work and keep your baby quiet or preoccupied, you're willing to pay a few more dollars than you would on something else,
The price might not be a consideration,
might not be.
but um, perhaps you said it's easily accessible, it's available, right?
Yeah.
Also convenience to location, convenience for return,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yep. Return policy.
Okay, these are all considerations.
Okay.
Now, what is the process that you as Abby would go through to decide which store you're going to travel to? By the way, we all go through this. We don't think of it this way. When we're deciding to go have coffee with a friend,
Yeah.
you go through this, everybody goes through this process. Hey, what's closest, what's near us, where we've been before, do we like the location? We check out the Yelp reviews. And we just haven't thought of it in this way. But marketeers have thought of it in this way, and they break it down. And then they engage in strategies and tactics throughout each of these stages to bring people in to a particular location. Okay. And this can be done for a service establishment. This can be done for an e-commerce establishment. It doesn't matter what type of business you're in. It doesn't matter if it's B2B, B2G, or B2C. Because if it's B2B, okay, then you're dealing with the decision maker in the business. If it's B2G, then it's the governmental officer that you're dealing with. So keep in mind, this is just not related to retail physical products. This is applicable across the board for all industries and all businesses. And you may have multiple stages. If you're a contractor dealing with city contracts, public works, these stages are extensive, very long. Okay. We've shortcutted this because it's, it's just a retail store and it doesn't need that many stages. Keep that in mind. And we can help you do this. That's why we want you to come see us. All right. So her process in the consideration stage, how is she deciding which store to go to?
Location.
Yeah. How close is it? So she's looking at a map. That's the process. A map, probably a digital map, but she's looking at a map, right? What else is she doing?
She might call ahead to see if whether or not they have the item.
Call ahead, yes, to see if item is available.
Yep.
Right. By the way, for those of you listening, feel free to chime in. You
Oh,
might have
yeah.
answers to the question.
Please.
Go ahead. All right. I don't have all the answers, but together we can come up with the answers. All right. What else is she doing in the consideration stage? Anyone? Okay, let's go through it. She's probably checking out the physical location. She might be looking at photos of the space to see if it's safe, if they're parking. I mean,
If
she
it's a
wants to be
large store or a smaller one, to see if they have a
Right.
larger inventory or not. Maybe there
Right.
might be other items she could look at.
physical space, maybe drive by it. Okay, she might talk to friends, get friend recommendations, right? Okay, and then if anyone has anything else to add to this, feel free. Okay, now the problem, time to check out. Thank you, Leslie. Yeah, what is
Time to check out.
the process? What's the payment process? Make it easy or not? Thank you, Leslie. Okay. So
I
what
say put that as a that could be a problem, the time to check out.
yeah, time to check out might be a problem. I hate going to Target. It's always too crowded.
What?
I hate Target. I never get out of the lines at Target where I go to are always large. It takes
Oh.
20 minutes to half an hour to check out a Target for me. Maybe I'm going at the wrong times. Okay. I don't know about everybody else.
It's just a trap for me,
Shipping
but
and
it's one I
return
love.
policy. Right. So the shipping and
Oh,
return
shipping and
policy.
return policy. Yep.
So we have return policy, but we don't have shipping return policy. So let me add that in over here. Okay.
Well, the return policy and shipping could also double as a problem too.
Yeah, that might be a problem. True.
Yep.
They might be stocked out. So you
Uh-huh.
call the store and they say you have it, then you go there and it's gone. Right? Be a problem. Okay. Let's go down a little bit. So what is her assuming that this problem don't exist, what is her emotional state during the consideration stage? And anyone jump in and give us an answer. And by the way, there's a wheel here that you can go to. So I don't know if you can see that, but here's a wheel. I know it's kind of small. I can't make it bigger. Okay. But what do you think her emotional state is in the consideration stage? Lauren or anyone else?
I almost wonder if it's still the same as the first. She's still thinking about it, so she's still trying to
Anticipation? Interest?
maybe anticipation. I think interest sounds good to me. What do you guys think?
Okay,
Could be between an interest and an anticipation.
we'll select interest. Okay, by the way, for this particular app, you can move these up and down. So see, I can go here
Oh,
and
that's
here.
cool.
And again, we don't care what app you use. It just happens to be convenient for me to use this app because I have access to it. Okay. So how can we make this experience better for Abby during the consideration? Well, time to check out is a problem. Right?
Yeah.
So self-checkout
Yes.
might be a solution to the problem. And there could be many more. I mean, we only have an hour to go through this, so I don't want to spend all, we could go on forever going through this. All right. Now let's go to the engagement stage. This is where you as Abby, you're actually going into the store. You have to park, go into the store, read it. If you're an e-commerce person, I already showed you a customer journey map associated with someone buying product over the internet. Okay. If you're a contractor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a service provider, think about what the user goals are for your particular business. You have to put yourself in the shoes of your customer or client. And by the way, you can take surveys. That's one way of gathering information
Sure. Yeah.
about what their goals are, right? That's part of marketing, taking surveys, okay? We read the reviews. You know how many people don't read reviews?
I read them all the time.
Well, a lot of people just don't even realize the reviews are being posted.
Right. Right.
Read
Yep.
the reviews. Understand your customer. Know your customer. Know your client. Okay. Ask them.
Yeah.
We
Some
ask
might be afraid to read the reviews, Mike. They can be scary.
Yeah. It doesn't mean every review is right. Doesn't mean
Sure.
every review is appropriate,
Sure. Sure.
but you need to respond to the review,
I agree.
whether they're good or bad.
Right. I agree.
If they are good, that's awesome. Thank people. If they're not so good, see what you can do to help that person feel better about their experience. Okay. And you can't keep everybody happy.
No.
But at least read them.
At least be aware, huh?
Right. So her goal during the engagement, right? She's actually driving to the store, she's walking in, right?
Okay.
So what's her goal?
Her goal is to locate the item.
Yeah, locate the item quickly. Get in and out, right? She's a busy mom. She doesn't want to spend a lot of time. What's the number 2 goal? And please, anyone answer that.
Oh yeah. You guys
Wow.
drop it in the chat so we can.
Someone else give me a goal.
Or if somebody wants to raise a hand, I can allow them to speak too. Like,
Right. All right. It wants to pay quickly. We already identified that.
Pay quickly, yep. Clear return policy.
I understand the return policy.
Oh, well, fair.
Right?
Yep.
Anything else you consider? You're as Abby?
Pay quickly. I like to sometimes have an option too. So
Substitutes.
yeah, just in case.
Any substitutes?
Clean. Yes, Leslie.
What you say?
She said a clean store. Leslie said
Yeah,
clean
clean
store.
store. She wants it clean and safe and
Very much so.
friendly staff, right?
Yeah. Organized. Yeah. Maggie says organized.
Yeah, this is great stuff. She
What's
likes
worse than
organization.
going into a store and it's like completely disheveled and you might as well go thrifting. Like there's no organization to it. It drives me insane.
Exactly. So the Echo Park, she has to drive to the store, she has to park, she has to get the kids out, right?
Yeah, if you brought them for sure.
Get the stroller, right? Just her experience of parking and getting the stroller out may be difficult, and then making sure it's easily accessible to access the store, right?
Yeah.
Then she has to go into the store or locate the item,
Purchase
ask
the item.
questions,
Yeah.
purchase, walk out. All of this requires interaction in some way, shape, or form.
Clear
All this might be-
signage.
Right,
Maggie says
signage.
clear signage. Totally agree.
Right, so that's an opportunity.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
good. Yep.
Clear signage. Okay.
Aisle labels.
Aisle labels. There you go. Now we're talking.
I like that.
Some stores have scanners where you can just scan it and see information about it, right?
Yeah.
So easy.
I would say, oh, go ahead.
Scanner access. Go ahead.
I was just thinking spacing. You mentioned a stroller. It's worse than turning down an aisle and you literally can't fit.
Exactly. So again, we're going to this retail store, but you have to think about this for your own business and the way you engage with clients. So what problems might you be incur, right?
Pete says prices on shelf or on item. That could definitely be
incorrect prices.
Yeah.
That happens quite a bit, by the way. I've done studies on that. Grocery stores are notorious for incorrect pricing. You also have to double check your slips.
Yeah, that's good, Pete.
What else? What other problems might she encounter? Anyone? It's just not there. It's mislabeled.
Availability. Yeah.
Not in stock. Although she was told it was in stock.
That's the worst.
Right? Unfriendly staff or no staff.
You're right, Berenice. Out of stock. That's the worst. Especially if you've called ahead.
Oh. Yeah. Right. How about you called ahead and they say you have it, you go there and there's no one there to help you.
Oh,
we're in a labor shortage.
The worst.
And so, but assuming those problems are not occurring, okay, what might be Abby's emotional state? Anybody when she's going through this process? And by going through this, by the way, I'm hoping that you'll be able to get an idea of how to create your own customer journey maps for your own personas. So what do you think, what's her emotion that she's feeling, assuming that everything's hunky-dory?
Okay, if it's hunky-dory, okay, that's different because Berenice says annoyed, and I'm with Berenice because if
annoyed,
if those bad things we just talked about.
Well, let's assume that she's not running into those problems.
Okay. Assuming everything went awesome, I would definitely say joy and trust.
Trust. Okay. We'll go with trust.
Okay.
But he's right. I agree with him. If you're running into these problems, there's going to be frustration, anger, disappointment, all that stuff.
Could be a bad review.
Bad reviews, yes. So that's why you want to have clear signage, aisle labels, You
That's
want to
right.
find opportunities to improve the experience at every stage where you're engaging with the client. If you're an attorney, okay, is there a way to make scheduling better? Because scheduling might be a problem trying to get a CPA, anyone providing professional services, right? Scheduling is an issue.
Oof.
We deal with scheduling. We use Calendly quite a bit for scheduling. It makes it a lot easier than it used to be. Okay. If you don't have a scheduling app and you're involved in professional services, you need one. Doesn't matter which one it is. As an example of how you can improve things for your clients during one of these stages. Okay. Now, post engagement, right? Use the goal. Well, first of all, she wants to be sure the kids like it.
Well, did it work?
It'll work. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you buy toys and it'll work, right? No assembly required.
Oh,
For a little kid, you shouldn't have to assemble stuff, right? We're not talking about 8, 10-year-olds. We're talking about 3-year-olds, 5-year-olds. So hopefully no moving parts, right? So what else is good? That they use it safely.
yeah.
And that's engaging, right? You want them to interact with the toy appropriately,
Yeah.
right?
Complete
It-
pieces. Oh my goodness. Yes. Bernice says complete pieces.
Yeah, it's complete pieces. I hate it when they don't put the batteries in.
Ugh,
Okay.
the
Always
worst.
buy the batteries when you buy the toy. Because the
Yes.
batteries are not often included. Or have a stash of batteries at home.
Just a stash.
Yeah, just buy the stash. Okay. So the process post engagement, right? It's got to open the package. And then she has to show the kids how to use it.
Uh-huh.
Product. What is your process for post engagement? What do your clients have to go through? Maybe they have to open an agreement, read and understand it. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's post engagement. During the engagement, show the kids how to use it, right?
Yeah.
Post engagement, by the way, also includes advocacy. So if she likes the toy, what she might do.
Oh, she's gonna snap a photo or a video and put it on social or put it on Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, precise. Maggie says precise directions on use. Yes.
So yes, that's an important problem. So the problems is in
Sure.
imprecise directions. Right?
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Or in a different language.
Oh, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's happened. Instructions not included. That's happened too.
Yeah. Instructions not included. Absolutely.
We already mentioned not being complete pieces, right? Oh, you said complete pieces.
Yeah, complete pieces. All right, so you have to open the package, show the kids how to use
Broken.
it. So broken. That could be a
Bernie says
problem.
broken.
Broken
Yeah, that's
toy.
terrible.
Yeah, and then the kids are crying, saying, "Where's my toy?" Right? It looks like you've been through some of this, Larry.
Christmas Day. Oh,
Now, don't forget your clients and customers are going through these emotions.
yeah.
You're a contractor. You've given them a quote. You've done the work. Either they're going to like you or they're going to hate you. If you've done great work as a contractor, they're going to be happy. If you haven't, they're going to be sad. Okay. But you need to find for yourself what that post engagement looks like. Okay. Now, in this case, assuming that everything's working well, what is Abby's emotional state? Laurie?
We already said trust, joy.
Joy. Yeah, she gets a few minutes of peace. Right? And she's probably up there on the joy meter.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Now, how can we make things better? Well, make sure the toys Make sure queries are complete with proper instructions. Okay. Include the batteries.
Oh, make it easy to open,
Right, easy to open.
like remove it from the packaging.
And when it comes to retail stores, there are people that are consultants, that are specialists in figuring out this stuff. And you can hire them. And it's well worth doing, because the easier you make it for people to interact with you, especially post engagement and onboarding, the better off you are. And that's true for every type of business that people are specialized. We can help you go through this and work through it yourself, but it's up to you to implement the changes that you want to implement for your business. Okay. So we have, congratulations, Lauren and everybody else that's listening. We have completed our customer journey map for Wonderful Toys located in Santa Monica, tied to Abby Smith. Okay. Now, if we were to create another persona, it would be a different journey map, because that person would engage with the business a little bit differently. Okay. Now that we've done this, you can do it for yourself, but reach out to us. We can help you. I have some other things to share about this. Okay. I'm going to stop that share. And if you found this to be helpful, let us know. We want to bring to you content that you find is engaging as well, because we have our own customer journey map that we need to follow. So bear with me, and I'm going to bring up a tool I found on HubSpot. And I'm going to share my screen. And HubSpot has a free tool to create bio personas and customer journey maps. This is the HubSpot customer journey map template. Actually, it's multiple templates in here, and we're going to look through them together. Okay. First of all, there's a video, and this link is available at HubSpot. Perhaps you can find it, Lauren, when I'm going through this. Just look for HubSpot customer journey map template and provide the link in the chat room. So there is a video with this template, and it concludes the following: a buyer's journey template, a current state template, a lead nurturing mapping template, a future state template, a day in the customer's life template, a customer churn mapping template, and a customer support blueprint template. This stuff is awesome. Now, we're not expecting you to use all these templates at once, but you're going to see some similar stages as we go through this. So here we have a customer journey map. Looks familiar? Awareness, consideration, decision. I don't particularly like this one because it's missing engagement and post-engagement. But look at the questions that it's asking. What is the customer thinking or feeling? We went through that. What is the customer's action? We did this. How are they researching? And how are we going to move the buyer along? How can you improve on the experience? Okay. This is a perfectly acceptable template to use. I actually prefer using this one because it just has more stages. Okay, but similar questions down the side. What are the touch points with the customer? What do we want to change? How are we going to make this change? What are they thinking or feeling? With the app you just saw, you have little emojis that you can click on. It doesn't have to be emojis, you can just type it in. Okay. Now, this is for lead nurturing. It's a little different. This is current state. Okay. Lead nurturing is where you're going and trying to find people to engage with you. All right. And we have strangers, and we have subscriber leads, and I don't even know what MQ. Do you know what MQL stands for, Lauren? Term I'm not familiar with. No, I'm not sure what that is. I have to look that one up. If somebody looks up, let us know. Opportunity demo and a deal closed to go live handoff. So you can use this for lead nurturing. And look what they're all starting with. What is the lead thinking, feeling, or doing? That's the first question all these templates are asking. And that was the first, almost the first question I asked Lauren when I went through the process. Because I think you should always start with how is the person feeling? Okay. Who from our company is the lead, right? What is the content from your company? What can we do to expedite this process? What can we do to make the lead more comfortable? This is a great template, by the way, Lon. I think it's awesome. There's a future state. So there's a current state customer journey map, but now you can also create a future state customer journey map. So you said, okay, this is what we're going to do, and then you just revise it. And now you have a future state customer journey map. Start with the current state. I thought this was great, especially for those who are advising in professional services, because you're going to create a persona, and then you're going to go through this process of understanding what their day is like. Because moods change throughout the day. So what is your customer feeling? Like that woman that we just talked about who's going to buy toys for her toddler. Timing is important. It may not be right to post social media content at 6 o'clock in the morning, because that woman may not be paying attention to social media at 6 o'clock in the morning. Right, Lauren?
Very true. And you know what, Mike, you need to play around with it, because you might find that your audience is typically on social media, let's say at 8 o'clock at night or at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So pay attention to the analytics.
Right. And understand where your customer is coming from. Now, if it's B2B and you're trying to reach out to a CEO, the best time to reach that CEO might be 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, because that's when they're waking up and checking sources, okay, before anyone comes to the office. So it just depends on who you're trying to reach, right? What are their actions during each of those mornings? CEO, CFO, COO, 6 o'clock in the morning, they're checking their emails. I know, I've been one, checking the emails, trying to figure out the day's activities, what meetings do I have to go to, who do I have to see, all that type of stuff, okay? But late at night, not so busy depending on the job. What are their pain points? Understand your customers and ask questions as you meet with them. There's some comments in the chat room. Oh, we have to. Okay, and I'm almost done with this. So I'm not going to go into this churn as how quickly customers are turning over. If you're getting a lot of people turning over in your business and not coming back to you, you should go through this churn process, okay? Then we're into customer journey service and support. Once again, what's the customer feeling, right? As they work through the people that help the customer, right? So there's complaints issues, there's sales support, there's conflict issues, important thing to go through, right? So I'm going to stop my share. I'm going to end the session now. Lauren, were you able to find that template and put it into the HubSpot template for customer journey?
Oh, I could not find it, but
All
you
right,
know what? If anyone is interested, go ahead and shoot me an email. Let me put that.
Okay.
Shoot me an email, and Mike, a link to the recording will be going out too via Zoom.
Thank you. So we do have a YouTube channel. All this is recorded and you can find it there. And somebody answered a question. An MQ is a marketing qualified lead. I just didn't hear the acronym.
It's like, duh.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Angeline, for looking that up.
Yes. Thank you.
Whoever has a good day. See you next week.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Berenice. Thank you to everyone who interacted with us. Keep it going. Next time we have our session. We love the interaction.
We're going to continue on marketing strategies.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Bye now.
Bye. Take care.